Another busy night at Memorial Stadium, and it's been all Nebraska so far in this one. A homecoming to remember for the Big Red. So the Huskers' emotional season comes to an end here at the 2014 Holiday Bowl. Now it's home in the capital city, taking place at Pinnacle Bank Arena. He's one of the most colorful personalities ever to walk through that tunnel. Shortly after that, I started talking with players that were either walking into Memorial Stadium or the football complex, just trying to get a feel of what they thought of the hire and what they knew of Mike Riley. It was no sit Sunday the last time the Badgers were in Lincoln. Tonight, it's going to be a whiteout, as you just mentioned, here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Multiple reports say the former head Husker plans to accept the head coaching position at Youngstown State. And to quote one of my favorite movies, so you're saying there's a chance. First pitch tonight, 6:35 here at Hawks Field. That's why it's so surprising to hear that back in high school, during the winter sports season, of all the sports he could have chosen, he was on the diving team. Are you sensing a theme here? It's a whiteout night at the Devaney Center tonight as the Huskers host Indiana. These shirts passed out to all the fans in attendance. It's finally game time. All the talk is over. They're actually going to play a football game. After the game wrapped up, one fan yelled, "It's who we are," and he's not kidding. It's a 16th win for the Huskers after they've been tied or trailing after the 6th inning. More importantly, the Huskers learned yesterday that Avery Harriman, son of assistant coach Chris Harriman, is in remission from leukemia. It's winner take all here in Game 3 of the College World Series Finals. He's never in a bad mood, always joking around, keeping that defense on their toes and loose. It's clear that Bade isn't afraid to mix it up with the guys when she gets in this seat. But the 22-year-old sprint car driver is a knockout off the track as well. Bade even does some print modeling on the side. Now let's bring in your beautiful fiance here, Shelby. What was that like for you? Do you have any idea that was coming?
No, I had no idea. I was completely shocked, actually.
What did it feel like in here with the crowd for a Big Ten game?
Oh, I felt great, man. Big Ten ain't no joke.
He then concluded his talk by taking several selfies with some of the coaches in attendance. Reporting from the Hendricks Training Complex in Lincoln, Drew White, 10-11 Sports. The odds my hair looks like this when I get down?
Your hair's
Zero?
not going to look like that when you get down.
Okay.
Unless you've used a lot of gel.
That's what I was afraid of. I mean, I'm usually not at a loss for words. I am right now. It is literally just everyone in the world needs to do it at least once. We were talking about it in the newsroom, and we have some hot dogs here with us. We decided we'd give ourselves a little bit.
Give it a try. Right, count us down.
So you're
All right, you guys ready?
Hold on.
Yep.
My mom will be proud of this.
Oh, look at
Gotta
you.
keep it proper.
Yeah, those
All right.
for us.
The Nebraska football team is happy to have an impact freshman like Josh Kalu. He's simply happy to tell about each moment he gets at Memorial Stadium. As 10-11's Drew White reports in tonight's Know Your Husker, 19 years ago, Kalu was fighting for his life just days after birth.
Josh Kalu wears the number 10 on his jersey, but more importantly, he carries the number 10 in his heart.
Having that number 10 to be the reason and symbolize why I'm still alive. Every time I look at it, I just realize how far I actually came.
When Kalu was only 10 days old, he had to have surgery to save his life.
I wasn't able to digest food. I would swallow it, come back up, and I would always throw up and things like that. Being able to push and keep going and fight to who I am to be today, or who I am today, and having that number 10 to just resemble how God has blessed me in so many ways, it's really nice.
Following that life-saving surgery, Kalu spent several months in the hospital, eventually being released to the care of his parents.
My mom will always tell me, she always remind me how blessed she is. She would thank the Lord every day. Thank you for keeping my son alive and what the great things he's been able to accomplish. And she reminds me every day when I play football, just thank him. Because I mean, I wouldn't be here.
Snap back to Kaya, looking, holding, throws downfield, pass intercepted, picked off. Huskers intercept the pass. It is Joshua Kalu with the pick.
It's cool. Nah, I'm playing. It's amazing.
Because of what he's been through, Josh Kalu doesn't take anything for granted. In fact, he's actually a pretty goofy guy with a great outlook on life.
I feel like you just got to enjoy it, like every single piece of it, like just playing out here in the stadium. God put something in me to just be able to smile and it just be a blessing, I guess, or have some type of enjoyment or make everybody excited or goofy or smile in a certain way. Because I mean, I put a smile on my mom's face when I was able to stay alive, so why not put a smile on everybody else's face every day?
So in front of 90,000 plus screaming Husker fans, Nebraska's number 10 will continue to dance for joy, the joy of life. Covering the Huskers, Drew White, 10-11 Sports.
Petaway drives the ball and puts it in off the glass. 3-on-1. Petaway up and in. Huskers up by 11.
Man, I'm probably one of the biggest competitors you'll ever know, man. I want to win at everything.
Rightfully so, Teran Pettaway grew up in a basketball family.
My oldest brother, Terry, he played at Lamar for like 5 years, and then he went overseas and played in London. And then my middle brother, I mean, he was a standard player, but he played in JUCO.
But that passion Pettaway plays with, that comes from somewhere else.
If you ever meet my mom, that's where I get it from. She's emotional, I'm telling you right now.
The lob and the dunk! Oh, highlight reel, big time! The lob by Parker and the dunk by Pettaway.
The Big Ten's second leading scorer began his college career in his home state of Texas at Texas Tech University, but luckily for Husker Nation, Pettaway found his way to Lincoln.
An alert came to my phone and said Tim Miles accepted a job in Nebraska, and I was like, dang. I asked my dad, I was like, can you ask me if he still want me? He said he called him. A couple of days later, he called me back. He's like, he said he still wants you. He said he just wants you to sign right now. So we didn't go to no recruiting thing. It was no other visit. I came visit here, signed before I left.
Due to NCAA transfer rules, Pettaway was forced to sit out last season, so he spent most of his time right here at the Hendricks Training Center, and with the help of his brothers, the coaching staff, and the weight room, he transformed both his body and his game.
Sitting on that sideline, just watching my teammates play night in and night out, it was the toughest thing I've ever been through, really.
That year off allowed Pettaway to develop into a primetime performer, and as all great players do, he wants the ball when the game's on the line.
I don't get scared or nervous or nothing like that. I just live in the moment. I love shots like that.
And if there's any doubt about his dedication, just ask his hair.
I haven't had a haircut since I was like 3 years old.
At the rate Pettaway is producing, Nebraska fans are in for quite the treat in the years to come. Covering the Huskers, Drew White, 1011 Sports. In front of a sold-out crowd of over 2,000 fans at Wayne State College, two teams played for one purpose, helping a town rebuild only 7 months after a devastating tornado turned Wayne upside down.
To me, this is the most meaningful thing we've ever done in Nebraska volleyball for life skills, giving back to the community. That's where it really all sinks in. And I know it does for our girls.
We always love doing anything to help out, and so just coming up here playing in front of this town is just something we can do, like a little part we can do to help them out. And we actually had 3 girls on the end of our bench who they lost completely everything from the tornado, so that was kind of cool to just see they're still here supporting us, and then we're up here trying to support them at the same time.
It's a great turnout. It's an exciting day here in Wayne. I know the youth of Wayne is excited, and it's a great way for us to give back to the community.
In an effort to raise even more money, an auction was held between games 2 and 3. Some of the items on the auction block: a signed football from Husker head coach Bo Pelini, also a signed basketball from the Creighton men's basketball team, but the item grossing the highest total, a Wayne State College neon bar sign. That sold for $625.
We're hoping that it's going to be close to around $15,000 that we can give to the city. And when you're building a sports complex, I don't know if $15,000 goes very far, but I'm sure anything is going to help them out right now.
This is huge for our community. After the devastation of the tornado, it's just another great event for us to get together and raise some money for those that were affected, lost their homes, their jobs, those types of things.
In a matchup between two state rivals, the score didn't matter. The real winner today, the town of Wayne. Reporting at Wayne State College in Wayne, Nebraska, Drew White, 1011 Sports.
Now, your award-winning local sports coverage is 1011's Drew White.
The Nebraska volleyball team has been white hot since Halloween. Earlier this year, some thought the Huskers should wave the white flag after falling to their lowest ranking in almost 30 years. But the Big Red refused to walk towards that white light. Instead, they went on to sweep 3 conference opponents for the first time since 2010. Are you sensing a theme here? It's a whiteout night at the Devaney Center tonight as the Huskers host Indiana. These shirts passed out to all the fans in attendance. Over 8,400 on hand. That is sure a lot of white there. First set, Indiana thinks Mary Palmer is going to set it. She dumps it down instead. Nice little white lie from Paul Miller there. She had 7 kills on the night. Still in the first, Kelsey Fien, white where she wants it. Fien led NU with 11 kills. Coach Cook in the cream-colored shirt there. Coach, I was expecting a white collar on a whiteout night. Second set, a little white lightning from the right arm of Katie Rolfson. Huskers with another comfortable lead. Later, Megan Haggerty and Katie Rolfson combined for the block. Those two putting up a white picket fence at the net. Huskers up 2-0. Then in the third, Amber Rolfson with the kill. You know, I read on Twitter she likes Christmas a lot. Dare I say it? She's dreaming of a white Christmas. Huskers win the third set, 25-12. Let's take a look at that. Nebraska with their 4th straight sweep here, 3-0. The Huskers hit over 500 as a team tonight. That includes a first set where they hit over 800. Also in that first set, no hitting errors for the Big Red. Nebraska did that again in the third. Coach Cook Who says you can't wear white after Labor Day?
What a great job by our marketing people. It looks awesome on TV. It looks awesome on Twitter and the pictures, and it just made the Devaney. I mean, it's just wow. You know, and we got some recruits walk in here and they see that. I mean, it's just, where do you see that? It's like going to a Miami Heat game or something. It's you don't see that in college volleyball. 8,000. You know, you see the first 500 get a, you know, whatever, but 8,000 on those seats. It was impressive.
Good stuff there from Coach Cook. To college football, where the Huskers enjoyed their final bye week before a tough 3-game stretch to end the season. You can bet the Big Red were paying close attention to what happened throughout the Big Ten today. Most of that attention on next week's opponent, Wisconsin. The Badgers' final tune-up before the Huskers comes against Purdue. Let's pick up the action in the second quarter. Wisconsin up 10-6. Joel Stave, or Rico Stave as I like to call him, he finds Melvin Gordon. Gordon would hurdle a defender on his way into the end zone. Big day for Gordon again. Over 200 yards rushing and 2 TDs. Badgers up 17-6, but Purdue strikes back. This is Akeem Hunt down the sidelines. No one's going to catch him. 71 yards for the touchdown. Boilermakers keeping it close. Same score then in the third quarter. Tanner McAvoy, he's the other quarterback for Wisconsin. He keeps it on the read option. He would score. Wisconsin wins 34-16, setting the table for a fun one in Madison next Saturday. The final 2 schools on NU's schedule are Minnesota and Iowa. Those 2 would meet today. First quarter, Iowa's Mark Wiseman. He'll get in there, punches it in from 1 yard out. Hawkeyes go up 7-0, but that's as good as it would get for Iowa. Look away, Hawkeye fans. Minnesota's KJ May finds the end zone on the jet sweep. That ties it up at 7. Then play action from the Gophers. Mitch Leidner, he goes up top to Donovan Jones. Yep, seen that before. That's a touchdown, and it would get much worse for the Hawkeyes. Minnesota rolls 51-14. Let's take a look at the rest of the Big Ten today. Penn State tops Indiana 13-7. Michigan wins a good game, 10-9. And the game that will likely decide the Big Ten East, Michigan State and Ohio State. The Buckeyes get it done on the road, 49-37 over Michigan State. Some GPAC action this afternoon as well. Doane hosting Briar Cliff. Tigers don't waste any time getting on the board. Jordan Pedersen is good from 40 yards out. Doane leads 3-0 after a quick first quarter. Second quarter now, Briarcliff with the field goal opportunity, but that would be blocked by Corey Vlasic. That keeps the Chargers off the board. Late second quarter now, Tigers facing 4th and goal from the 2. Jack Shadley, the quarterback, will keep it on the boot and scores. That puts Doane in front 10-0, and the Tigers shut out Briarcliff 20-0. More scores from around the GPAC today. Concordia defeats Dakota Wesleyan 27-19. Hastings beats Dordt by 9, and Nebraska Wesleyan wins on the road 37-30 over Midland. High school state volleyball is right around the corner. The tournament begins on Thursday throughout Lincoln. A couple of Class B sub-state matches are all that's left to determine which teams will be in the dance. The Class B sub-state volleyball this year had last year's Class B state champ Norris looking to punch their ticket again. First set, Norris's Peyton Rule with the left-handed kill. Titans in control early. Then more from Norris in the first set. It's Maddie Bruder's turn. She gets a kill of her own. Titans rolling, and one more for good measure. Norris's Casey Holen skies for the kill. Titans take care of business in the first, winning 25-19, and Norris will be back at state to defend their title. They get the 3-0 sweep. And finally, the Lincoln Stars on the road tonight. They're in Des Moines. They fall 5-3.
So just tell me, how did that white shirt get in there? Or does a magician never reveal his tricks?
I was going to say a magician never tells. I'll just say a little bit of magic.
All right, I think I'll handle that.
And Josh, those high school state volleyball brackets aren't out yet.
Okay.
We'll put them on 1011sports.com as soon as they are released.
All right, thanks a lot, Drew. Appreciate it.